Hello everybody, I just wanted to record this really quick because I actually just got done building it, and it's kind of cool, I think. At least that's my opinion, but hey, whatever. So I'm here on my multiplayer server. It's set up with a bunch of mods, as you can probably tell. What we've got going on here is a little bit of wireless redstone, chicken buns edition. This is buildcraft 2.2.14. We've got the teleport pipes add-on, as well as the additional buildcraft objects add-on. We've got some RedPower here, as you can see with the regulators. And that needs to be in that mode. I mean, that's not actually a big deal, but technically it should be. Anyway, so I'll get into how this stuff works and what it's actually doing here in a second. But just real quick to prove to you that I'm on a multiplayer server, not a single player, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect and then reconnect. And as you can see, the IPs here are local, so sorry about that. But the server is whitelisted anyway. Perhaps at some point I'll open it up once I actually move my server instance to a machine that's better suited for posting on the internet, stuff like that. Right now it's just for me and friends. Anyway, so yeah, we're on a server. Actually, this is, I'm sorry, I just clicked on the wrong one. This is our, I was thinking we've got going on, which is pretty neat. I'll do a video on that later, but, sorry, go back. Sorry, this is the server I want. This is our creative server. So this one is on the same physical machine, but it's used for testing builds and stuff like that, which is what I just got done doing. So basically, the deal was, if you saw there, that room that I was standing in a second ago on the other connection was a project table, room full of project tables. Excuse me, because we wanted to be able to have quick access to a lot of the stuff like electronic circuits and mixed metal ingots and batteries and stuff like that. But one of the things that I was getting ready to do was start working with some buildcraft power and stuff like that, and I noticed that there's not really any easy way to go ahead and get yourself a redstone engine. I manually crafted a couple of pumps because I wanted to start pumping some oil and converting it to fuel and that kind of thing, But without logistics pipes, it is really difficult to build an autocrafting system, and that's what I started working on here. This is kind of the manual version over here, same kind of thing. So let me run you through kind of the idea of what happens here. So basically, this is going to be our input chest, right? So we've got wood. Well, it's our wood input, and this autocrafting table turns wood into planks. And then this redstone engine here is going to push the wooden planks into this chest, which is connected to the autocrafting table that converts planks into sticks. You guys know the deal. So sticks get turned into wooden gears, so that fills up the chest from there. And then we go on down the line, wooden gears go into here. But here we have another issue because we need more than just wooden gears. We need a piston, we need glass, we also need wooden planks. Well, wooden planks we were making back over here in this crafting table. So this redstone engine pushes off to the other side and shoots it on over as well. Obviously, we could have done some kind of intersection here, some kind of distribution pipe or something like that. But in preparation for what we had going on over there, I wanted this to be more of on a request type basis. So I tried to set it up so that we have a separate route for that. Maybe that'll make more sense when we get over there. But anyway, the other problem though is here, we don't have a place the glass come in. We don't have a place for wooden planks come in. Actually, no, sorry, we still have wooden planks. So glass basically is what we need. And also, we need to find a way to get our pistons over here. So for the glass, that's just kind of something that we had to throw in there. There's another way to get glass with a regulator from your supply chest or something like this. And then you could keep a supply of glass pulling from your supply chest of sand and going into a furnace, something like that. And that's something that I can show you how we do it when we get over to that setup here. But for the pistons, it comes from right over here. And the reason why the pistons are over here is because, well, pistons, hey, what? They need wood too. So, that's what this third shoot off of the wooden planks crafting table is about. So we can get our wooden planks. So if we went ahead and turn all of these things on, right? We can kind of watch. Let's turn this on too. So this one pulls our pistons out, as you can see. So now we should have stuff going, right? So we've got the wooden planks there, there, and there. We've got the pistons coming over, and I just tried to speed them up a little bit with some gold pipes there. And then we've got our sticks, we've got our wooden gears, and all this stuff is being put together so we get our redstone engine output. So that's the idea. You know, the only way to autocraft things presently is with the buildcraft autocrafting table, and buildcraft's not very good about. It's designed to be more of a constantly running kind of machine. It's not got a lot of built-in support for being on and off at the request of whatever it is that you need. You know, there's not a lot of signaling involved with buildcraft, whereas RedPower, it's mostly built around signaling. So that's kind of what we did over here. So we adapted the buildcraft auto-crafting tables to suit our needs for more of a request-based, signal-oriented crafting system, and using these regulators. So basically, the regulators, what they're going to do, let's go to the first one. Yeah, so this is the first one. So this is our input, wood chest, and then here's our wooden blanks auto-crafting table. So this is the very beginning, just like over there. And then what's going to happen is this redstone engine is going to pull the wooden planks out, put them into this relay. And the relay, it has a inventory space. The buildcraft pipe thinks that it's a chest because it has this space. And this is also can act as a buffer as well. But what it does is it's going to go ahead and spit out anything that it gets into any adjacent inventory. And we don't really need it here per se, but I put it there because what's going to happen is if you plug a pneumatic tube up to this thing, it's going to go ahead and pump it out into a pneumatic tube system, which is really nice. So I kind of put that there with the intention that maybe this is not the way you want to lay it out exactly in your base or whatever. So the idea being you can actually kind of move this half of it and just have a redstone pneumatic tube or something like that your regulator will put signal on, and so you can condense your signal, and your signal will be going backwards, and your actual transport will be going forwards. If that doesn't make sense, it should here in a second when I get to the regulator part. But anyway, that way so you can kind of separate this half from that half, and it'll be a little cleaner maybe, I don't know. But this was the most condensed I could make each one of these type of unit kind of things, and so then I just replicated it over and over and over again. But basically, that's how that works to put our wooden planks in our chest, and then the regulator down here. What a regulator does is a couple of things. The output side here is dependent on what it's connected to, whether it's connected to a chest or whether it's connected to transport pipes or pneumatic tubes. But this is the output. This is our buffer space. It's internal buffer, and this is our input filter. So I'm not going to go into detail on everything that it can do, but what we're using it for here in this scenario is we're using it as an item detector. So the output space currently has 2 wooden planks in it. Right? So this is its inventory. These are actual blocks, and I just triggered that. And what it's doing is it's detecting what's in here, right? And it's saying, okay, if we have at least this in the whatever inventory is facing its output face. Currently, its output face is up, so it's looking at the chest and it's going, what's in there? And if we have at least this in there, it's going to emit a redstone signal. So when it emits that redstone signal, you can see it's on right now, it's red, and then it's hitting this NOT gate, which is preventing this redstone engine from running. So if we go ahead and pull those wooden planks out, we see, oh, now we no longer have the output matching, so it turns off the redstone signal, which trips the NOT gate, which turns on the redstone engine there, and it's going to start pumping items back in here. Now you see there's a little bit of delay between when the redstone engine turns off and when the signal gets reset here, but that's okay because, like I said, the regulator it just makes sure that as long as it has at least this in there, then we're good. And this mode thing here, this is the difference. Basically, between what's it called? Let me go look at it real quick. I forget exactly what it's called. Okay, sorry about that. I got a little bit lost. Yeah, so the regulator has these two modes, and they're called ratio mode and provide mode. So as you can see there, ratio mode outputs everything from the internal buffer, whereas provide mode outputs only the items that are missing from the inventory. So technically, if you were to scale this up, you would want it to be in provide mode, so it doesn't just output everything all the time. You want to keep kind of balanced space in here. At least I do. I don't know. It's kind of personal preference, I suppose. Anyway, point being, that's how this this individual cell of the system works, right? So you kind of chain that along. So here, that's how we get our wooden planks over here, which are used in our stick recipe, and then that's how we get our sticks over here for our gear recipe, and so on and so forth. So basically, the main thing here to remember is whatever your Autocrafting table recipe is, whatever portion of that, if not all of it, you're providing from, whatever's down the line of Autocrafting stuff here. Make sure that that part of that recipe is in the regulator under the output side, so that it will output a redstone signal to the NOT gate to stop the redstone engine from running whenever it's satisfied. Anyway, so that's all easy and nice up to about here where we get the wooden gear, but then we get to the point where, okay, now not only do we need the wooden gear, but we also need pistons, glass, where the heck are we going to get that from, and we need more wooden planks. So this is where it kind of gets tricky. So back over here, just to show you what we have in the system that we're requesting from over there. This is our piston Autocrafting table, and it gets its wooden planks just like this side does. Okay, I just rotated it and flipped it. It's the same pattern. It's just been mirrored and rotated a little bit over here, so we can get ourselves some wooden planks in this chest now. Once again, here, the way you would get your iron and redstone and cobblestone into this chest would be, you would have a second regulator here, for example, and so the output face needs to be facing the chest, which it is, and then in this regulator, we would put, we need 4, 1, and 1. Right, so the recipe is 4 cobblestone, 1 iron ingot, 1 redstone. We don't need to worry about the wooden planks because the wooden planks are being taken care of by the regulator underneath it, right? So here, this wooden planks regulator is pulling wooden planks out of there with that redstone engine. So this one will tell it, okay, we want redstone, we want iron ingot, and we want 4 cobblestone. You don't have to put this in any particular pattern or anything, but see what happens now is, since all that stuff is in the chest, it's outputting a redstone signal. Let's just take all the iron out for a second. Right, so now the stuff's not in there. So what we could do is, if we had our supply system up here, and we had ourselves like some retrievers or something, this obviously is not going to work because we don't have any blue electric power set up, but just so you can get an idea. So say this stuff's hooked up to your, you've got a bunch of chests here. Let's just do that like so. Oh crap! Well, you know what I mean. So you got iron chests or something, right? Because nobody likes real normal chests, kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway, get the retriever to pull, say, one of this, one of that, 4 of those, whatever, and then you can have a different retriever for each time you need to set something like this up. But that's how you get the other components in there. So let's go ahead and put our dealer in, right? Now, granted, you would have to make this signal inverted and then send it on down to the retriever, or transposer, or filter. Filter, whatever. Anyway, and you know how to do that. You just use a NOT gate and then a jacket wire with a redstone and then some redstone tube instead, or something like that. Anyway, so that's how we get our stuff into our piston crafting table. But to get it from our piston crafting table over to our redstone engine crafting table, actually technically getting it into the chest here, which I can't open unfortunately because there's regulators on top of it. But this regulator detects the condition if there's a piston in the chest or not. And it is connected to NOT gate just like everywhere else, and then it touches this wireless transmitter, which is on channel 100, and I just called it need piston, right? Pretty straightforward. And so what happens is that transmitter goes over here and hits this receiver. Receiver set to need piston, and then when the receiver's on, we turn on this engine, and then we get pumping the piston out into a teleport pipe. So it's basically the same thing. It's just set up with a remote configuration. So instead of having the regulator right under the chest here, which we already have another one anyway. So instead of having it on top per se, and then having a NOT gate and then the redstone engine, we just kind of did this remotely. So the regulator that checks the conditions over here, and then the signal gets sent here, and then we get the transport that goes back, and it comes in on this transport pipe, which gets pumped into the relay, and it goes right into the chest. This is just personal preference. I prefer to do this as opposed to connecting a bunch of crap up directly to the chest, or just getting a different feed, and I just used this one little intersection here. So that's how we get that. And then lastly, we need more wooden planks. So we've got a third offshoot here going up from the wooden planks crafting table. And same kind of deal, remote signal to the redstone engine, shooting out, same deal. Right, and that is this regulator, which checks for 3 wooden planks, which is what we need. And then we get the signal and the transmitter. So the final part of this is the output chest, right? And we've got this nice little sign push button for redstone engine. And it's going to give us one of these things. We can see it come right along the line there. The way that this works is you just got the button connected to the wooden block, which has got a state cell on the side of this, but really straightforward and simple. State cell set for a 2-second interval, which seems to work out. Basically, all we have to do is keep this redstone engine keep it on long enough so that it does 1 cycle and pulls out. And why don't we go ahead and do that again too, so you can see the neat thing about the way that this system is set up by default is that it will always keep everything stocked with at least 1 craft's worth of materials. Given the nature of the redstone engine and the interaction it has with the signal provided by the regulator, it seems to be that generally we actually have about 2 crafts worth of materials already ready to go. So when we push the button, the only thing we have to wait for is the redstone engine to pull it out. We don't actually have to wait for all these things to craft, because they're already pre-crafted. And if we watch here, I'm going to go ahead and push it one more time. We can actually watch the machine restocking itself. See how that works, since everything is pre-crafted, which is pretty cool. We've got sticks coming up here. Yeah, so what happened there is we pulled the sticks out, right? And then that made this chest empty, which tripped the regulator, which started crafting some more wooden planks into here. So pretty cool, pretty cool. So that's how that works. Like I said, I just wanted to show you this real quick. I thought it was pretty neat. What you could do, and what I probably will do, is set up a more complicated system with like a computer or something, and be able to provide a count for how many of the item you want, and put a this would all be located in a bunker somewhere or something like that, and then you could remotely signal via multicolored cable. So you get a bundled cable, and you get some what's this called, wire, alloy wire. So you use the different colored wires for each system or something like that. And you could even use, like I said, use the different kinds of bundled cable. So you have a lot of possibilities as far as how many different items you can remotely craft. And you just have your computer remotely request something, and have your output via wireless come in here and just trigger one of these things and send it back on a teleport pipe. Or if you wanted to be really creative, like a railcraft, kind of thing, or you could even use the Mistcraft portal or something like that, just with it with an ejector or a transposer, you can just drop it in the portal, which would be kind of cool. Have it fall down from above or something like that. It's probably something I'll experiment with. Anyway, like I said, I don't want to keep you too long, but this was fun, and I wanted to share. So hope you guys enjoyed and found it useful. Thanks for watching.